This has been the hunt of a lifetime. I think we've had 9 bears come in so far, and it doesn't show any sign of slowing down.
Welcome to the kitchen. I have a recipe for you guys that I know you are going to love.
You know, it's been a pretty good evening when only having 3 bears on your bait is a slow point in the night. If the right bear comes in, I'm not going to hesitate.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all in what you do with the chance you're given, yeah. Through the wind and rain, you feel your heart pounding. You got one shot, what you got? Tell me what's it gonna be? You gotta make the most of this opportunity. If others fail, make sure you succeed.
The Edge is brought to you by Browning Canada, Canadian Tire, G5 Broadheads, Prime Archery, High Mountain Seasonings, Hornady, Victory Archery, the Carbon Arrow Experts, Vortex Canada, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Modular Driven Technologies, Sticks and Stones Anglers and Hunters, Off-Grid Food Company, and these fine sponsors.
Quiet Cat is the best hunting and overlanding e-bike in the world. Created from the bottom up to be overbuilt and overpowered. Don't be fooled by imitations. Quiet Cat, where the road ends, the adventure begins.
Eric Ryba and myself, Joe Appel, are up here with Kisslinger Outfitters in northern Saskatchewan chasing giant black bears.
We had a nice boar come in. Decided to pass on. It's been haunting me a little bit.
That was unbelievable. Big, mature black bear, clean, ethical kill.
Good word. Wow. That's amazing. Remember what I said last night? I said, you're going to sit in the stand and within the first little bit, you're going to drop one and it's going to go 30 yards.
Yeah.
Called it.
I know.
That's unreal.
Eric just showed up. He's got a beautiful boar in the back of the pickup. He's done well. He didn't spend too long in the stand. And I passed up on a nice boar earlier. But seeing his nice bear, I feel really good about passing up on mine earlier. And definitely got the heart going though. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes in through the rest of the night. If the right bear comes in, I'm not going to hesitate. I always like to get settled in. I'll pull out my rangefinder and pick at least a few different ranges that you're going to be really comfortable with. Because you never know how quick your opportunity is going to present itself, and you want to be prepared. One big advantage of having so much action on the bait is that you can watch the younger bears and watch their body language. And quite often when they're starting to get on edge and sticking their nose in the air and getting nervous, you know that there's a big bear coming in, and that can give you a moment to kind of get ready. And yeah, quite often what we've had so far is when they're getting on edge, the big boars getting ready to come in and chase them off the bait. You know, it's been a pretty good evening when only having 3 bears on your bait is a slow point in the night. Steve talked up Kisslingers a lot, and I can't thank the guys enough. You know, for having us out here. This has been a hunt of a lifetime, and we've had 9 bears come in so far, and it doesn't show any sign of slowing down. They've been coming in from every direction. You get your attention caught on one bear coming in, you're trying to get a look at it. Next thing you know, one sneaks right in behind you, and it's just been absolutely amazing so far, and can't wait to see where the rest of the evening goes.
Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen. Back from northern Saskatchewan, up in the Losh with Kisslinger Outfitting. The service there was awesome, and the fact that I got to come home with all this awesome bear meat. The big part of this episode that I'm really, really proud of is I took the whole animal, and I've been trying different recipes, and I have a recipe for you guys that I know you are going to love because I can't stop doing it. I actually had to stop eating the bear ribs because I needed it for the episode. Today we're doing a Korean style black bear ribs. I'm gonna sous vide them first at 165 for about 12 hours, and that's really gonna break down those tissues and make them really tender and almost fall off the bone. And I'm gonna take them off, grill them, cut them up and serve them. Again, I'm using the sous vide because it is so precise with your temperature. You know what you're getting. I know I'm killing all the trichinosis in the bear for sure. That's a guarantee at 165. And at that temperature, the fibers are breaking down. So anyway, the first thing we're gonna do is, so I've already cleaned off the ribs. I've patted them dry for the most part. Using this high mountain seasoning, the venison rub. So we're gonna rub both sides, or cover both sides of the venison rub, and the brisket, prime rib brisket rub. That's gonna kind of give us our base coat. And this high mountain seasoning stuff is so versatile. I mean, I'll use the venison rub for some beef stuff. I'll use the brisket rub on some wild game. So it's really, really good stuff that I've been using a lot lately. And you know, you can tell when you're using high quality spice and high quality rubs, it makes a difference in your dish. So, you know this. Now. Okay, so we have all the ribs rubbed on all sides, somewhat generously. Now it's time for the sous vide bag. So I got a bag here prepped already. I usually make my bags a little bit bigger than they need to be, just because I don't want to run out of room. So just fold these up one at a time in your bag. And there we go for that. Now that they are in the bag, I have just a store-bought Korean barbecue marinade. If you're in a pinch, if you don't want to make your own Korean barbecue marinade, which you can, this is a great option. So, and in order to not make your kitchen a complete mess, I like to pour the marinade in the bag and not kind of rub it before, because I've done that before and you make an absolute mess in the kitchen. And then finally, also a little bit, probably a quarter cup of sesame oil in there. Give it a little bit of that sesame bite or tang or whatever you want to call it. I personally love using sesame oil. So now we're going to vacuum seal these ribs up. Make sure that sauce or marinade is distributed evenly kind of throughout, and then they're going in the sous vide at 165 for 12 hours. So follow along, because after they get out of the sous vide, they're going to be going on the grill. Okay guys, so the sous vide bag is ready to go with the Korean barbecue bear ribs. A lot of people are always asking me what's bear like. They're scared of it, they don't want to eat it, they've heard it's a garbage meat. I personally love it. I find it's in between beef and lamb. So there definitely is a little more gaminess, if you want to call it that, but it's not too much. Now, with that being said, if you have a bear that's eating garbage, it's probably not going to taste as good. I mean, let's call a spade a shovel here. It just won't. But if it's eating natural berries and natural products, then it's probably going to taste pretty good. So it's going to be depending what your bear is eating, and obviously how it's cleaned and harvested has a big part of that as well. So this is going to go in the sous vide now, and we will set that at 165 for 12 hours here. And then it's coming out. She should be nice and soft, and we're gonna sear them up on the grill. All right, guys, welcome back. The bear ribs have been in the sous vide for 12 hours. They smell unbelievable. You can feel that they're like starting to break down. Sous vide, they're just such great tools to have for the kitchen. These are still hot, so they're still at 165. So technically, these are done and you can serve them. But since we don't do anything half-assed around here, we are going to resauce them with a Korean barbecue marinade, and we're gonna flash sear them on the grill. So the grill's gonna be at 450. I'm just gonna do about 3 minutes aside with that fresh sauce on. Bring them off the grill. We're gonna let them, I'm gonna wrap them in foil, let them rest, and then we're gonna finish them. And I'm telling you, these are awesome. So anyway, I gotta get to the, actually I gotta resauce, then I gotta get to the grill, and then next, we're finishing them and you get to see the final product. All right, guys, the bear is off the grill. It's been sitting in the cooler for about 12 minutes, resting in foil. Smells great. Just even feeling it, you can tell that doing it for 165 for 12 hours like that, it's really breaking down that tissue. And I personally like using a cooler to wrap my stuff in, wrap my meat in, because it helps keep that temperature. It's not gonna lose a whole lot of temperature, but it's just gonna help those juices just sit in that meat. So let's see what we got here. Oh yes. Oh. And a big thing with guys that I alluded to before was, you know, what your bear is eating is gonna ultimately dictate how the bear tastes. I mean, the fact that everyone up there at Kisslinger Outfitting they're using trail mix. And these bears are eating trail mix as a big part of their diet, as well as natural berries and foliage and all that good stuff. So they're not eating garbage, and it shows. It does. I mean, it shows in the end product. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna cut them into kind of 2-bone ribs. Look at that. It's just like, you see the fat in there. It cuts like butter. So we're gonna just put them on this serving plate here. Oh man. Please don't waste your bears, guys. It's hard to resist right now. And so we're gonna finish cutting these up. Chunks. That. Just delicious organic bear ribs. Okay, so we are plating here, pretty much ready to go there. And the final steps, guys, here, when you're doing a Korean style barbecue marinade or whatever your ribs, finish with sesame seeds. I like to put a decent amount. One, they're aesthetically pleasing, and two, I find them good. And green onion. I like using scissors instead of chopping it up and doing the whole thing. I just like to kind of use scissors and all over. Again, that green makes the dish pop. Tastes good. All in all, awesome. Anyway, right there, guys, you have Korean-style bear ribs. Brought to you by Grilling with Gryba. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I have to. It's so good. It just falls off the bone. Okay. Anyway, please do this recipe. Keep the bear meat next time, especially if you're up at Kisslinger, because these guys know how to feed bears. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. This recipe is going to be on my website at ericgryba.com, so go check that out. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Grybzo2. And hey, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.
This one looks good. I'm nervous.
That's incredible.
That's really good. There's no gamey taste to it at all. It's tender.
Yeah, I don't say soften, but I don't think I change a thing.
We got a big boar coming in. I don't think he's the same one as earlier, but he looks like a definite shooter boar. If he comes in nice and close, I think I'm gonna knock an arrow and take an opportunity on this guy, so. That was a surreal moment for me right there, you know. I passed on a great boar earlier, and when it walked off, I wasn't sure if I made the right decision. And I was replaying that moment in my head a few times. And as soon as I saw this boar come in, I knew right away that I'd made the right decision earlier. I felt really good about the shot. He made it 20, 30 yards, so nice, quick, clean kill. Well, we sat there long enough. We could see him right from the stand, and confident he wasn't moving, we gave him time to pass. And there wasn't much of a blood trail to stalk. You can see he made it about 30 yards.
Just an absolutely amazing experience. Steve talked a big game about it up here, talked to Darnie. Darnie said it would not disappoint. Could not be happier with the way everything played out. This has just been absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Can't say enough to thank the guys up here and the team for having us. Steve, thanks for linking us all up.
I was breaking down my bear, and we were finishing up that process, and all of a sudden, the boys come in and honking their horns, and, you know another bear is down.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right on. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Go for it.
No, 20 yards maybe. Yeah, I had to top you.
Yeah,
No, you'll see it. You'll see it. We ranged it, right? It was 17.
I think mine was actually 15, but we just were being nice said 30.
No, it played out perfectly. Absolutely perfect.
I had a world-class experience. I know you did.
Oh, hands down, yeah, absolutely.
You know, Joe's this big, tough, burly guy, but he's been giggling like a little schoolgirl for the last couple hours. So.
I think I got cheek cramps. I've been smiling so much. I haven't smiled this much since I can remember.
I had a feeling that you were gonna get an opportunity. I didn't want to say jinx it by saying we were gonna double up in a day with one cameraman, but it happened.
You guys come up here, it takes you longer to go past. Get the hunt done.
I was gonna say, I don't think it took 6 hours between the two of us. No, I know it didn't.
No, I know for a fact it did.
We were not expecting to have 2 bears down in day 1. For us to both make 2 clean shots and for the animals to go less than 30 yards and expire is pretty awesome. So, yeah, Darnie and the guys delivered.
On behalf of Eric and I just want to say a big thank you to the Edge and the team for bringing us on and giving us this big opportunity to fulfill our dreams and come out here and get to share experiences with the team here. You know, we couldn't ask for more. We couldn't ask for a better team, and we can't wait to see where this brings everybody. Big thank you to Steve for letting us join you on this adventure as well. If you guys are looking for an amazing next level experience out in the bush, you want to chase around some giant northern Saskatchewan black bear, get up here and give Darnie and the gentleman up here at Kisslinger a call, and I can guarantee you will not regret it.
Yes. Right below me, right here, is their website. So go on that, check it out. You will not be disappointed because this is the most elite bear hunting experience I have ever had. And I know they're going to put on the exact same show for you guys. So check them out, well worth your time. And hey, I hope to hear about your stories up here too, because our experience has been top notch.
Well, that's a wrap for our Northern Saskatchewan bear hunt. Make sure you tune in and follow us as we head down to Twin Creeks Ranch. We're going on a wild pig hunt.
Yes, sir. Follow along. It's going to be a blast.
The Edge is brought to you by Browning Canada, Canadian Tire, G5 Broadheads, Prime Archery, High Mountain Seasonings, Hornady, Victory Archery, The Carbon Arrow Experts, Vortex Canada, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Modular Driven Technologies, Sticks and Stones Anglers and Hunters, Off Grid Food Company, and these fine sponsors.
What do you think about Eric's bear?
I think this one's better.
You think this one's better? I like the way you think. I think he got a great bear. I can't believe his hunt, his luck, the second he got in the stand, but I like your vote. I want a hug for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll tell both of you that if you failed.
You told both of us that. Well, then we're going to both have to sit here and ask you.
Okay.
Then we'll put you in a hard spot.
Nope, not for me.